Backyard Builders, what's up? It's Scott Ferguson.
I'm Alex Ferguson.
Graham Ferguson.
From NinjaWarriorBlueprints.com, and today we're going to build the quintuple steps. So we've got some plywood, some 2x4s. Of course, you've got the list that you can download from NinjaWarriorBlueprints.com with the complete materials list, all the screws and things that you need. And the really cool thing about this design is, number one, it's easy and fast to build. Number two, it's portable and collapsible, so if you need to move them around, you can. You can adjust them as you get your training going and make them further apart. And number three is that you can adjust the angle of the actual step itself. So based on our research, we've found anywhere from like 45 degrees is what they use on the show, up to 60 degrees. Not entirely sure which, but the cool thing is that this design lets you adjust all the way from 45 degrees up to 60 degrees for the ultimate level of training. So let's get building.
All right, so first grab your 4x8 sheet of plywood, and we're gonna divide it into 2x2 sections, and that'll give you 5 quintuple steps plus a little bit of leftovers, and I'll show you what to do with that in a minute. All right, so this is what you should end up with. This is a 2x2 foot square.
And the reason we chose the 2x2 square is because it keeps your cost low, because you can fit all the quintuple steps out of one sheet of plywood. Of course, you can make them bigger if you want, but these plans will show you how to make them with just one sheet of plywood. The other cool thing is that with a smaller target area for your training, you'll end up being more precise with your foot placement. So kind of a double bonus, keeps the cost down, better training. There you go. So let's get on to the next step.
Right, so the next step is creating the framework for the quintuple steps. You take your 2x4 and measure out the 2 foot distance, and you want to have 10 total, 2 for each step. All right, so now we've got the framework done, and we're moving on to the kickstands, which is actually the same exact process that we just did. So you're gonna mark the same 2 foot sections on the 2x4, and now you just want 10 more.
You've got your framework pieces and your kickstand pieces, which are exactly the same. So let's attach the framework pieces to the actual platform. This part's really simple. You're gonna basically set up 2 pieces of your framework, and then you grab your platform and just put it on top of the framework, right? And then you're just going to use some of the screws, the wood screws, and put about 5, maybe 6 screws in each side to attach it. Okay, so now that you've got the 2x4s for your framework attached, we are going to attach the kickstand. So this is how the kickstand works. Basically, you've got your 2x4s here under your framework, and here's a platform. So the kickstand is going to attach right through there. And the way that we're going to attach it is with a bolt. So that way it can pivot, and that way you can adjust the angle of your platforms down to 45 degrees if you want to start off at that angle, and then you can bring them up to whatever steepness you like as far as training is concerned. So that's that's why we're going to use the bolts. Now, in order to do that, I'll show you from this side. We're going to have to cut off the corner of this piece of the 2x4, otherwise it won't be able to bend once we put the bolt in there. So let's take our kickstand pieces, and we're going to cut off, just shave off the edge, and we'll have those ready, and then we're going to bolt them on. Basically, we're going to put a screw hole through this in just a few minutes. So what we want to do is we just want to just shave off the edge of this 2x4. It does not have to be precise. This is not rocket science. This is something that you can just eyeball and just kind of take the corner off. So now let's attach our kickstands to the actual platform itself. So what you want to do is get your kickstand and put it right up against the 2x4, on the frame. And the cool thing is that this will automatically make a 45-degree angle if it's flush, just like that. So that is automatically a 45-degree angle, no need to measure it. Pretty cool stuff. Next, what you want to do is take your drill, grab your drill, and just drill a hole through this 2x4 all the way through the 2x4 so that you can slide your bolt all the way through. So now you've got your hole drilled, grab your bolt, and let's see here, 2 washers and a nut. So just put 1 washer on the outside and then thread that through. You may need your hammer to bang it in there a little bit. Then on the back side, put your other washer, your other and your nut.
So there you have it, the finished quintuple steps. The great thing about these is you can space them out however far you like, and they're portable, so you can put them up and move them down whenever you want.